What's going on YouTube? Welcome back to another one of my videos. Thank you all so much for tuning in. So today I kind of wanted to discuss something that I thought was kind of important, and I mean it has to do with style, but it also just has to do with life in general. I was actually having a conversation with one of my boys, and you know, my friends are into fashion but just not as much as I am. You know, they do like to dress well and feel good, so sometimes they ask a few questions, and one of the questions that one of my boys asked me was like, you know, what would you say was your #1 way to sort of build your style, your personal style? Like, how did you find it? What drove you to trying out things and so forth and so on. So we had a pretty long conversation, and I was like, you know what, I think this was some really good points, and it made me think, and I was like, you know what, I'm gonna make a video on it and just kind of talk about it and yeah, have a conversation with you guys. Of course, at the end of the video you can leave all the comments and we can chat about it. So yeah, so let's jump right into today's video. Here's my take, and obviously, like, I think that before I get into it, I think that style is quite subjective. I think that everyone dresses differently. You know, the most important thing when it comes to style, and the #1 way to build your style is to first build confidence. So that's probably gonna be the only point that I drive into and talk about. And for me, I've realized that honestly, in order to build a nice wardrobe and to build your style, you need to be confident in what you wear, and you need to be confident in yourself. So for me, I feel like there are different ways that you can achieve that, right? And one of the reasons why I say the #1 way to build your style is through confidence is because I just really feel that, like, when you're confident, you're willing to try out more things. You're willing to experiment, dive into any specific style and be like, you know what, I'm gonna give it a try, see if it works, see if it doesn't work. And for me, I feel like obviously confidence doesn't just happen overnight. You know, you have to build it, you have to like nourish it, you have to consistently be, you know, consistent within what you do. One of the things for me personally that's helped me in doing that is just like really being healthy, being fit, eating well, sleeping well. Like, I'll give you guys an example. In the winter, you know, it gets pretty cold here, right? So I tend to, like, I work out, but I'm not doing as much cardio, I'm not exercising as much because it's cold outside, right? So you just kind of want to finish work, come home, relax, maybe order a pizza. And I realized one thing. I realized that, like, a lot of the times, not only because the weather is terrible, so you can't really like entertain sort of like all kind of styles, you can't really dress like you're just in all black all the time. And I realized one thing though, like, as I gain more weight and as I eat like shit, first, my sleep suffers. Secondly, I don't feel as comfortable in my clothes. So then what I tend to do is I just kind of wear the same thing, and I don't necessarily feel like shopping or feel like trying anything new. So my style kind of doesn't grow. So luckily for me, I've sort of reached a point within my style, at least, where I feel comfortable, where I feel like even if I'm not necessarily feeling good in my body, I can try new things and so forth and so on, just because I have confidence within my own personal style, right? So coming back to the point of confidence, to build your style and to be able to sort of entertain different styles to find what works for you, that confidence has to be derived from the little things that you do in your day-to-day life. You know, one of the best ways to sort of build your confidence and be confident in what you wear is through health and fitness, through just taking care of yourself, taking care of your body, exercising when you need to, and really just trying to not like sort of binge eat and like entertain like all sort of like fast food places and things like that. And I know that like it's quite difficult, like especially right now in the quarantine times where we're all just sitting at home, and like, you know, a lot of the times you have nothing to do, so you're tempted to order food, and we don't realize how much, at least like personally for me, I've noticed how much that affects everything else that follows. Like, you know, whether it's like if I have a busy day the next day, I am not as sharp, I am not as focused sometimes, especially if I've been like, let's say if I had a bad week and I just kind of ordered a lot of food and I didn't eat properly, or I didn't exercise as much, and then that kind of leads me into not necessarily feeling like dressing up or feeling like trying something or wearing that new pair of trousers that I just got. It just kind of makes me feel like, you know what, I just want to be in sweats and t-shirts and call it a day, right? One of the major things that you can do is to first build confidence within yourself, you know, and that sort of style that you're looking for, that you're trying to build, will follow. And the reason is this: you will be willing to try things when you feel good in your body. And another thing about building your style is that, like, I think that everyone to a certain extent has some form of style, even though it may not be to your liking or to my liking. I think that everyone has a way where they want to look neat and well put together. I'll explain. What I mean by this is basically that, you know, all of us, whether we're going out for dinners or whether we're going out to hang out with friends, we have a certain way that we want to dress. And I think part of the reason why people always kind of feel like, oh, I feel like I don't have a sense of style, I don't look good and things like that, it's just legitimately because of the previous point that I mentioned. It's the lack of confidence in what you're wearing, right? But if you could just find it within you to sort of build that confidence and build that comfort within your body, within yourself, and you can achieve this through sort of some of the points that I mentioned, whether it's health, whether it's fitness, whether it's just watching what you eat, whether it's just like, you know, reading a couple books, educating yourself, or just even surrounding yourself with people that are sort of positive, optimistic, and that can help you really grow. You know, I think all of that aligns into you feeling good, like I mentioned, into you really developing a certain style and aesthetic that you feel comfortable with, right? So, as you guys know, like, I feel like on this channel, we kind of just talk a bit more about like fashion and style, and just really people that are into it, that want the latest Rick Owens, that want, you know, some Margielas and things like that. But I feel like even the person that kind of dresses super simple, like in a J. Crew sweater with like, you know, Uniqlo t-shirts and a pair of jeans, that is still style. You know, that's still someone that wants to look good, well put together, you know. And I think a lot of the times, surprisingly, sometimes those people actually have way more taste, you know, and style than the person wearing all the latest Raf Simons, you know, because I think that, like, as you guys know, I've mentioned this before, you know, fashion and style can be very pretentious, you know, so you really have to be careful. It's not because you're wearing a certain designer that, you know, you're better or dress better than the person that's literally just has all vintage pieces or thrifts, you know, at their local boutique, you know. So yeah, build your confidence first in who you are, how you feel in your body, you know, and you can achieve those things through just working on yourself and putting yourself first and surrounding yourself with people that can help you get there. And then I guarantee you that ultimately what will start happening, at least like for me personally, like I've even seen it happen with me, you know, as I grow through sort of my life, my journey and stuff like that. I've seen that when I'm at the most experimental when it comes to my style, it's really when I'm the most confident and feel good within myself. That's when I'm kind of really keen to experiment and really keen to get out there, you know, and try different things and add different things into my wardrobe. So yeah. And yeah, I think that that's it. That's all I wanted to say with regards to style. Let me know what you guys think. Let me know if you guys have any other points that you would suggest. Just leave a comment down below, and let's talk about this. Let's talk about the #1 way that you can build your wardrobe and your style in general. And yeah, thank you guys for watching. As always, make sure to subscribe to my channel, and you can follow me on my Instagram at GREGNTORE. And I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace out.